Yo, what's up YouTube? Before I start the video, I just want to say we are now in Code Red. Spoiler warning. If you have not seen Avengers Endgame, stop the video right now, add it to your watch later list. Go to my channel, I have got a spoiler-free movie review. That is for you guys. Check it out, and when you've seen the video and you've seen the movie, come check this video out. If you're still around, let's crack on in 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. So the film opens up with Clint. He's on his farm, he's on his home with his family. He's showing his daughter archery, and he sort of turns away and looks back, and they're just gone. It's crazy that you never see them get dusted, yet we know as the audience exactly what's happened, but he doesn't know anything. So seeing him panic on screen, look around, call their names out, running around the farm, and it just goes to black and the film starts. You know this film is gonna be sad as hell. If that's the opening scene, you just know what to expect. So next we see Tony and Nebula. They're floating around in space. They don't know where they are. They run out of fuel, air, food. They can't move. They're just drifting. Basically, Tony, we've seen it in the trailer. He's recording his last message for Pepper. And we all think, well, we know he's going to make it, but we didn't know how. I mean, there was theories. Was Captain Marvel going to come and save him? Would he fix the ship with Nebula using her parts and all this stuff? Would Ant-Man come somehow save them? But no, in the end, and it's done quite nice. It's done quite nice. Captain Marvel comes in and saves them, takes them back to Earth, carries them back to Earth. And this is in the space of 5-10 minutes, and we're already back on Earth. Everyone's back on Earth, and they're ready. It was done really, really well. It was handled really well. I thought it could have been one of those moments, but no, they've done it really good. So everyone has a little reunion. It's really sad. Tony has a little bit of a pop off at Steve. Basically says, where are you? I've tried my best. I got my ass whooped, and you weren't there. Blah blah blah. Next thing you know, they're all like, right, get on the ship. Let's go to Thanos. We know where he is. Let's go to him. Whoop his arse, take the gauntlet, click our fingers, bring everyone back. Easy day, easy life. And that is what they go and do. They go to the garden, as they refer to it in the film. And I love that Captain Marvel says, wait here. She goes down, she scopes out what is going on. She comes back and she's like, there's no defense, there's no army, there's no henchmen, there's just Thanos there. That's it. So let's just go down there and whoop his arse. And that is what they do. She comes in and slaps him so bad, gets him in a headlock. He can't do nothing at all. He is getting absolutely battered. They all come in and they're like, look, we are here to whoop your arse. Thanos then tells us, look, I've used the stones to destroy the stones. You guys ain't changing jack shit. It's staying how it is. F you, leave me alone. Thor gets the raging ump and just takes his axe and just lobs his head clean off. And then they're like, right, well, that was it. The plan worked, but nothing else we can do. And then it just goes to black and slowly comes up 5 years later. And then you know, if the Hawkeye scene wasn't enough, after that, 5 years later, and you see the world bleak as hell, you know this is going to be a sad, emotional movie, man. This is not Infinity War. This is the emotional heart of both these films. You know it's going south. So after a few scenes of our Avengers showing them what they are doing now, boom, Ant-Man, he's back. He comes out of the quantum realm and he's just like, what the F is going on? He runs back to his house. He sees his daughter. He's thinking, is my daughter gone? He's seen his name on the wall. He doesn't know what's going on. He sees his daughter. She's 5 years older. They hug each other, and I had the tears, man. Not the full tears, but my eyes were watering. It was getting me here. I don't know why. I told you, this movie is super duper emotional, and that started getting me. Now, I said there was 5 moments in Avengers Endgame that made me properly cry, proper tears, not caring who saw me. That wasn't one of them, but the film did have mini moments of tears welling up, not full on tears, but really getting my throat a little bit. That was one of those moments. So I just want to quickly touch on a few little scenes of how our heroes have changed. First of all, Professor Hulk. I liked it. I liked that. The idea of Professor Hulk is genius. He's super smart like Bruce, but he's super strong like the Hulk. Perfect medium, perfect balance. I know a lot of people were not happy for two reasons. They wanted to see some mad world breaker Hulk just going absolutely berserk and smashing everything to pieces. They wanted to see that. I'm happy we didn't get that. We got a taste of it in Ragnarok. It can still happen. That's still on the table. And they weren't happy that you never saw him work out how. Now, this is already a 3-hour movie with a 5-year time jump. So, I'm cool with it, man. I'm totally down. You see Professor Hulk, he's worked it out. You get a few minutes of him explaining that he's done it. That's it. That's all you need to see. You don't need to show him working out some formula. That's all you guys need to see. Fat Thor. That cracked up my cinema, man. My cinema was dying. You see Fat Thor, he's chilling with Korg. He's shouting at people online playing Fortnite. I believe it was Fortnite. Don't kill me if it wasn't Fortnite. But yeah, I liked Fat Thor. I thought he was really funny. The Russo brothers took him in another direction. I know, again, some people are a little bit salty about it. They loved how much of a monster he was in Infinity War. But you got to think, I mean, everyone deals with situations in different ways. And Thor was one swing away from stopping all of that madness that happened, all the dusting, all the deaths. It's technically, he had the last chance for that to stop that, so he's taken it in a bad way. My man is on the beer, he's on the booze, he's on the chocolate. Fat Thor, did you like it or hate it? Let me know in the comment section. And the last one I want to talk about is Ronan. I loved it. I love what they've done with the character. The scenes where he was killing people, killing the Yakuza in Tokyo, was so sick, man. It's showing his future, his life has gone bad, man. It's gone negative, it's gone bad, and he is just wiping out the rest of the evil, justifying it in his own special way. And then, yeah, I love what they've done with Hawkeye. The Ronin transition, very, very good. So yeah, fast forward a little bit. Ant-Man brings to the Avengers' attention this idea of going back in time via Quantum Realm and working out all this stuff. So they say, look, man, this could work. They go see Iron Man, and he's got a daughter. He's married to Pepper Potts. He has a family. He has the polar opposite of what he had in Infinity War, which is crazy because he's the only one who's gained some real happiness out of the snap, and everyone else has lost people they love. And he's lost Peter, but he's gained a daughter, he's gained marriage, he's gained a new life for himself. So he's very reluctant to possibly go back in time, change things for the better, but then lose his current family and daughter. And that's something I can relate with. I mean, I wouldn't want to think that I'd lose my daughter if I went back in time to help everyone. So you understand his emotional restraints with that. Russo brothers wrote that in a great and perfect, realistic way. Fast forward a little bit more, Tony's thought about it some more. He said, yeah, let's do this. I've made the watch thingy-majiggies. We all meet up, we go back in time, and we're going to get the stones, and return them at a later date, stop Thanos from doing the snap, and we're going to do our own snap and bring everyone back. Yeah, let's do this. And that is basically how our movie starts, and the rest of the movie proceeds after that moment. So we go back in time, we start to see all these little events happen from different angles in the first movie, in Thor the Dark World, at all different angles, and it is just sick, man. I love it. I love to see it. Even Hulk cracked me up when he's just like Hulk smash and just hits the car, throws the bike. My cinema was laughing hard. On the subject of the Hulk, I love that he goes to the Ancient One to get the Time Stone. He just says it straight up. Give me the Time Stone. You don't know what's going on. And she's just like, shut up. Knocks Bruce out of Professor Hulk. And they just have a nice little chat. And it ends with him telling her, look, Doctor Strange gave up the stone. And she sort of pieces it together. And she just works it out. Look, he's the most powerful one out of everyone. She's seen the future. I mean, she's got the Time Stone. She just gives it up. Like that. Love that. Great scene. Thor and Rocket go back to Thor 2 time, but just before Malekith and the Dark Elves invade, and he sees his mum. And that was legit of the 5 crying moment number 1. When he sees his mum and he's talking to his mum. Oh, that got me, man. But it ends on a sick note. He takes Mjolnir and he says, I'm still worthy, and then he is just ready for action. The next few scenes, I believe, was Captain America, when he goes to get the stone and he goes in that elevator and he whispers, and you know, I was thinking this is going to be another Winter Soldier moment. He's just going to whoop all their asses, but then I started thinking, if he whoops their asses, the timeline can change. So when he says, "Hail Hydra," great. Absolutely great moment. Sticking with Cap, we get Cap versus Cap. Wicked fight scene. You can see they're both equal in power levels. So one's winning, then the other, then the other. Absolutely great. And I did love the line, "I can do this all day," and he's just like, "I know." Great. Another cracking, laughing moment in my cinema. I did like loads of the time jumping scenes. I loved when Hulk just smashes open the door, hits Tony in the face. Loki grabs the cube and he's just, zoom, he's gone, man. You do not see him again. He's not messing around. He picks up the cube and he's gone, mate. Another 2 scenes back to back. Not full on crying. They weren't one of the 5, but they were more teary throat moments. Cap seeing Peggy through the glass got me. Not as bad as Ant-Man. I think Ant-Man was a little bit worse for me, that was actually, when he saw his daughter. But Cap seeing Peggy got me. And Iron Man. Oh, Tony talking to his dad and realising my dad loved me. He loved my mum so much. That got me as well, man. More great scenes. Sticking on the sad scenes, we then get Hawkeye and Black Widow trying to get the Soul Stone. And they are fighting over who's taking the dive. And at one point I was like, yeah, it's definitely Hawkeye, because he's just whooped Black Widow to the side. She looks incapacitated. He is doing the run. He jumps and you're like, he's gone, man. And then Black Widow, last second leaps off. He saves her and he's holding on one arm, man. Holding her on. And she's just like, "Gotta let me go, man." And then she just goes, and that was another moment that got me, man. I want to touch on one scene that, when it started playing out in the cinema, I thought this could be the downfall of the film, because I hate when films do this. So we go to like the past version of Thanos, Gamora and Nebula. And Nebula has this little breakdown in her circuitry or whatever. Thanos puts her on that machine we see in Infinity War and plays back her memories, past and future. I do like that Ebony Moore is there. Miss that guy. He's an absolute beast. But back to Nebula, you sort of see that they're working out what's going on in this future timeline. Now, that was cool. I'm fine with that. And I really did like that Thanos saw his future self. Even dying, the past version, he doesn't even flinch. He doesn't even flinch, because then now he knows, right, I've done it. I've done what I'm meant to be doing. But these Avengers, they are trying to change everything. So I now need a way to stop this from happening. And Nebula then comes up with this little solution of, why don't I go back in time and go from there, you know, try and stop this plan. And that, I thought that was going to pan out in a bad way. I don't like when films do that, when we know something and everyone else doesn't. I thought that was going to go bad, but I'm glad they didn't do it the normal, annoying way. They tweaked it just enough that it was believable and it was good. Fast forward to the future, Iron Man, he's made a new gauntlet, which Hulk uses, and he takes it on. I love that it changes size as his hand goes in, man. Tony's tech is just too sick. Anyway, Hulk snaps his fingers, and it's just silent. His arm is just an arm and neck and face completely busted up. And you know Hulk is ruined. So you can see what Thanos has gone through with his mouldy arse arm in the earlier scenes of the film. And then Clint's phone rings. And you know what scene? It's just beautiful. And Ant-Man looks out the window. It's a split second. Ant-Man looks out the window and he sees 2 butterflies. And he just knows. Everything's back to normal now. Everything's back. We then get the end of that little Nebula moment where she just brings Thanos' ship into the Avengers base and it just gets annihilated, and Thanos is just like, F you. He launches a bunch of missiles and just destroys the Avengers base. And my man teleports himself down. He takes his sword, he sticks it in the ground, takes his helmet off, pops it on top, and has a little sit down, and he just tells Nebula, "Bring me the stone." So he ain't even moving, mate. He's not even moving. Nebula goes off to find the gauntlet which Hawkeye has. And then, oh yeah, Oh yeah. Iron Man, Cap and Thor. Round 2, baby. All together. Stormbreaker, Mjolnir, Cap's shield, Iron Man suit. Boom, let's do this. They go and fight Thanos, and Thanos is holding all 3 of them back. This dude is an absolute monster. He's fighting all 3 of them at the same time, and he's holding it back still. All these people that said he could only beat Hulk because he had the Infinity Stones. No, this guy's a monster. He's a general. He's a veteran at fighting. He's fighting all 3 of them at the same goddamn time, man. The Iron Man gets slapped, and he's just doomed in the corner. Cap gets slapped in the corner, and he's fighting Thor one-on-one. The fight's going sick, and then Thanos just ruins Thor. He's turned Stormbreaker against him, and he's just pushing it into his chest, man. And I'm just like, yo, Fat Thor is about to pop, mate. And then all you see, someone picks up Mjolnir, throws it, and at this point, someone in the cinema went, "It's Captain Marvel!" Nah, mate. Cap slaps Thanos with Mjolnir, and one of the sickest moments in the film, Thor, I knew it. And I knew it as well, baby. If you check out my MCU list that I did a few weeks ago, I said Mjolnir can move or it can't move. If it can budge, there is no budge. I reckon Cap picked it up. It did move. He didn't want to hurt Thor's feelings, so he just stopped halfway, man. Cap is the man in this film. And this was crying number 2. Crying tears of joy. Genuinely crying. Captain America versus Thanos. One-on-one, no one else. Mjolnir, shield. Madness. And he is whooping Thanos, mate. He's whooping Thanos. You can see he's getting a little bit tired. You know, he could do it all day, but not all day. Not with the Mad Titan. And he loses Mjolnir. And Thanos is just slapping his shield with that big-ass double-bladed sword. And his shield is just doomed, mate. Just absolutely doomed. Last minute, he picks it up. Half of it is missing. He tightens it up. And then everyone's back. T'Challa comes out of portal. Had goosebumps, man. Seeing Black Panther again, I had goosebumps. Everyone, every single character that we love comes through this portal, man. All of Wakandan soldiers, all back. All of them. And what takes place can only be described as the airport scene times 9,000. That fight, masterpiece. I don't know if we'll ever see any comic book hero action scene like that. Russo brothers, you are gods among men. That scene alone, it starts off Ant-Man, well, Giant Man just punches that ship, mate. Oh, there's too many moments in the whole scene to nitpick all the best scenes. Just go and see it, man. Go and see the film, please. Amongst all this chaos, one line that set everything perfect for me. Because I was thinking, how are they going to explain all this and everything? Easy peasy. Spider-Man sees Tony Stark. He starts chatting how he misses him and stuff. He goes, yo, it's crazy, man. I was fighting Thanos. I got dusted. And then I just came back again. And Doctor Strange was like, yo, man, it's been 5 years. Tony needs us. Boom. That's all you need to say. That's all you need to say. Sick. Right back into the action. Everything now makes sense. They handled that really, really well. So Spider-Man grabs the Infinity Gauntlet, starts running. All these goons start coming after him. They knock him out. T'Challa picks up the gauntlet and just starts running. He's running, slapping those dog things out the way, doing his Super Saiyan punches on the floor. Oh, I love the scenes they do with Black Panther, man. So sick. Spider-Man, mate. Activate instant kill. And those goddamn little claw things come out. And just one slap on each of the dog things. And yes, they're going to be called dog things. Can't remember what they're called. One shot, one kill. That's the deal. Dead, mate. Quickly back to Black Panther. He's running, gets slapped by Thanos' sword. And then it looks like them two about to fight. Nah, mate. Scarlet Witch drops down with the absolute raging hump. And she destroys Thanos. Picks him up like a sack of sugar. And just starts doing all this funky hand stuff and ruining him. He's in. You can see from his face, Josh Brolin, monster acting. He's in genuine pain. His arm is ripping off, and he's just like, "Rain down fire, for fuck's sake!" And one of them, I think it was Ebony Moore, was like, "You're going to shoot our men, man." And he's like, "I don't give a fuck, mate." Because she's OP as hell and she is ruining me right now. Just destroy everyone. They shoot down. Everyone gets blasted out. Thanos is free from Scarlet Witch's grip. And then all the guns just change, man. They just change up and they start shooting into the clouds. Captain Marvel, mate. Handled so sick in this film. Her solo film, a little bit underwhelming for me. In this film, she comes in with some sick haircut, comic book style haircut, just like the comic books, and she's absorbing all these blasts, and she just goes. And that Thanos' ship is doomed, mate. Absolutely doomed. She comes down, she fights Thanos. Easy for her, mate. Easy for her. Thanos is holding her back with the gauntlet, and she just absorbing all the gauntlet energy. He stands up, headbutts her. Doesn't do nothing. Donk! Her head doesn't even move, and he's just like, oh. Luckily, again, because he's a veteran, he knows how to fight, he knows tactics, takes the Power Stone out, and then it has a quick glimpse at Captain Marvel's face, and she's like, oh, and he punches her one time, and she goes flying, mate. And then now, he's got the gauntlet, he puts the stone back in, and he's got all the stones in his hand, mate. Tony then looks at Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange is just like that. Doesn't say anything, he just holds up one finger like that. 1 in 14 million. And Tony just rushes over, tries to fight Thanos. He grabs the gauntlet. It looks like Thanos is like, go away, mate. Slaps him out the way. And then he goes, I am inevitable. Snaps his fingers, nothing happens. He looks at the gauntlet, no stones, man. The camera pans to Tony. He's holding the gauntlet with the stones, man. And he just goes, I am Iron Man. Boom. And that is it, man. All of Thanos' ships, all his army, they all dissolve. And you know what is sick? Because they know he's a warrior, man. Thanos just stops, he sits down, and he doesn't move. He knows he's about to dissolve. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't move. He just waits to turn to dust, man. So sick. And then we get Iron Man. He's completely ruined. This was crying. I think we're on crying number 3 now. Proper crying. Mega tears. Uncontrollable tears. Do not care who's looking at me. Iron Man is just ruined. He's ruined. His arm is ruined. His face, the side of his head, his ear. Spider-Man comes in. He's like, Mr. Stark, we done it, man. Are you alright? He's just gone, man. You can see the gauntlet has ruined him. He's ruined him. I mean, it ruined Thanos. It ruined Hulk. For a mortal man, I mean, you just know there's no chance. Pepper comes, starts talking to Iron Man, and she's like moving his head, man, like this. Like, he's just completely ruined. I could not stop crying, and the line that killed me, and I don't want to think about it too much, because I don't want to seem like I'm crying in this bloody video, but the line that killed me, man, it was the nail in the coffin for me of ultimate tears, is when she said, you can rest now. We're all safe. I was just like... And yeah, Tony gave me more tears, man, when he records that thing. The message for his daughter and for Pepper. More crying, man. That was crying number 4. Not as big as the first one, but it was proper tears. Couldn't stop, man. Love you 3000. So we see the funeral, we see all that stuff. It's more moments of tearing up. They go back and they talk about Black Widow. I appreciate that. She wasn't just a death that no one mentions again. They go back, they talk about it, they mourn about that as well. Same as Tony. Heartbreaking stuff, man. So my emotions have hit like 99 right now. 99 of 100. And then the Captain America scenes at the end, they peak for me. 100%, 10 out of 10, full man tears, cannot stop. Cap goes back in time to put the stones back all in the rightful places so nothing in the timeline gets messed up. And they count to 5, doesn't come back. And they see him in the corner on the bench, looking at the water and the lake. An old man. Super old. And Sam's just talking to him. Only Sam. That's what I love. Only Sam. And he's saying, you know, I put the stones back, everything's fine. And then I just decided I wanted to have a life. Same as Tony. I want him to have a life, and he has a life. He doesn't say who he has life with. We already know, and we see at the end. Doesn't say. And he gives the shield to Sam. And Sam says, I'll try my best. And he says the one line, and I was dead, man. I was 10 out of 10 gone. Sam says, I'll try my best. And Cap says, I know, that's why you're having it. That's why you're taking it. That's why you're going to be Captain America, because you will try your best. And that's it. Dead. Dead. Tears. Couldn't stop. Could not stop crying, man. The film ends beautifully. A 10 out of 10 ending. Pure beautiful. That ending for me is up there with Lord of the Rings. Return of the King. Let's go back real quick to Captain America, the First Avenger. The camera zooms up to Steve's face. He's in Times Square. And Nick says to him, you alright? And Cap's like, I had a date, man. I had a date, I had a dance. And he's missed all that stuff. He missed it all. How does this film end? He has the dance, man. He has the dance with Peggy. Old school music. No dialogue. Beautiful. And the film ends. Beautiful, man. Masterclass. Absolute masterclass. Even the credit scene, even the credits had me here, man. I felt it. It's just 11 years, guys. 11 years of badass films, character moments, emotional roller coasters, super duper action. 11 years just came to an end. And it couldn't have come to an end in a better way, man. And that's it, guys. That's been my spoiler talk. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, so I apologise if it's super long. But I just wanted to go through my favourite bits and do a full review of the film because my non-spoiler review is very, very vague. I hope you guys have enjoyed the film as much as I did. I cannot wait to see it. I'm going to see it another 4 or 5 times. More if I can. Guys, thank you for watching. If you love the MCU, give me a thumbs up. Tell me, what is your favourite moment? Not just from Endgame, but the last 11 years. What's your favourite moment? Let me know in the comment section below. And remember, guys, you will subscribe.